in this congregation here is going to wake up and be an adversary to his Ishak. Don't believe it. Absolutely don't believe it. I just don't care. Don't care. Because, again, watch this. This is just one scripture. This is the book of Isaiah. The 12th chapter, the 13th chapter, verse, I'm going to read 11 and 12. And this is all scripture. Never kill the messenger. I didn't write no Torah. Moreh didn't write the Torah. These writings existed before we got here. If there's anybody that has a problem with scripture, they have a problem with the Father. Watch how it goes. Because everything is going back to the way that it was originally. In the book of Isaiah, Yahusha, the 13th chapter, it says, I will punish the world for their evil. And we begin to now look at some of the things that the world promotes. The scripture says that it's evil. Oh, okay, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna go there. It'll be easy. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the gold of the wedge of Ophir. Mishpachah. I say that because the true sons and daughters of the Father are standing up. But right now, it doesn't look like it. Brother, a sister might look at you about it and say, listen, you know what? Oh, he's just an ordinary Joe, punching the clock, working a 9 to 5, 5 days a week or 7 days a week. But they're not able to see the inner man and see all of the spiritual qualities that you can give to an Isha or to another woman. They can't see the Mashiyach in you. Can't see it. Because you've been put down so much, not looked at or put in your proper perspective place according to Torah, that they would never give you the credence that you deserve. Where's your big house? Why you don't have $1 million in the bank? You see, they can't see the future or the promises that the Father has put into you. And it takes a special sister to deal with a brother like you, according to Torah. Only thing that we ask for our men to do is to make sure that you keep this as your foundation. That's all you have to do. Watch what's going to happen at the end, because things are about to get rough. She's having problems now. We haven't seen anything yet. She's coming back. Don't even worry about it. There's nowhere else to go, because all of her lovers have abandoned her. All of my lovers have abandoned me. There's nowhere for me to go now but to come back to following the law, statutes, and commandments. I've done it all. Done it all. It's time for even me to come back home to the law, statutes, and commandments. I am not the same person, and no brother and no sister. I believe this to be a fact, and I end it here. There is no sister in the congregation of Yashra'al that is the same person that she was 15, 20 years ago. I can never look at you on what you did 20, 15 years ago. Never. You're a new being in the Mashiyach now. That's who you are. You are now truly the daughters of Yashra'al. And one more quick thing, and I promise this will be it. There was a saying that Lamont and I, we was going over, and it was so funny, where on Lifetime Movie Network and the wickedness of society, a lot of times, because this whole thing about forgiveness is a major, major problem. Lifetime Movie Network. Anybody know what that is? Yeah. A lot of women sit down and they do like a whole marathon of that. They just watch that all day. And so now they begin to base their relationships on Lifetime Movie Network. And so this woman on Lifetime Movie Network, her husband was asking for forgiveness. And she said, well, I can forgive, but I can't forget. And I've heard a lot of our sisters say the same thing. But do a word study research in Scripture. Anywhere that you find where the Mashiyach is speaking about forgiveness, Forgiveness encompasses the word forget. Forgive and forget is synonymous with one another. You can't separate it. When the Father says that he forgives you, he's forgetting all of your trespasses that you have done. So when we begin to talk with one another, let's make sure that our conversation is Hebraic and not based upon Western definitions. Even the word love. Let's love according to the definition of Torah and not according to the definition of Western society. Ask your Isha when you get home, baby, do you love me? And make sure that it's based upon Torah. Because if you're going to give me a definition that you love me according to Western society, I'm going to look at you sideways. It has to be Torah. Again, we want to thank the Father for putting out the set apart spirit on Moray to give us another dynamic lesson. It is a pleasure to always see the Mashiyach here, and you are all special. Every man and every Isha in this congregation is special. All right, so we just want to make sure that there's no women bashing. You're all great women. The men here are all great, and let's continue to walk in the instructions that the Father gave us from the very beginning. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right. Okay, Mr. Carr, we're going to stand up. We're going to have our star chief Zakein to blow the shofar. And we'll have Abad Yahuah to provoke the food and send us these next 7 days until we meet again in peace and shalom. And may the Father put out his protective hedge over us.
Thank you for the lesson today that you spoke to the glory of Yahuah. May this lesson group us.